The earth is a fine place and worth fighting for, said the famous American novelist Ernest Hemingway. Good evening, everyone. I extend a very welcome to each and every one of you. We are honored to have with us Mr. Bankim Patel as our chief guest. Now, I take this opportunity to request our Vice Principal Ma'am, Ms. Gayatri Kapoor, to welcome our distinguished guest.
Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to this webinar organized on the occasion of International Earth Day 2022. Earth is the only planet in the solar system which sustains life, and Earth Day is celebrated to shed light on the environmental issues which are surrounding our planet and the actions we need to take to save our beloved Earth. The theme of this year's Earth Day is Invest in Our Planet. And this was selected to call upon everyone, especially businesses, to shift towards sustainable practices. And I would say, why only businesses, but governments and citizens all need to develop a positive and effective partnership to preserve and protect our planet. We cannot say at the same time that we love our planet and then take steps in destroying it for ourselves and for the future generations. We, as citizens, may not be taking huge actions or big actions, but small steps, like we should ensure that we are not throwing litter on the sidewalks, which may end up in some animal's stomach or in a water body close by. So taking right steps in the direction that we would want to sustain the planet and also make important changes. Keeping this in mind, on the occasion of Earth Day, Birla Vidyaniketan is organizing this webinar, our Piggy Bank-Earth. And our resource person for the day, Mr. Bankim Patel, is a person who has vast experience in design consulting and is an environmental enthusiast. He has conducted several programs on creating awareness regarding the environment. We are delighted to have you with us, sir. And we are looking forward to a very interesting evening with you. Thank you for taking out time to be with our children, to give them some tips on environment awareness and also take up their questions. Thank you so much for being here this evening. And I will request Muskan to take this forward.
Over to Chaitanya.
Good. Doing what you can to keep plastic out of landfills is a great way to celebrate Earth Day, not only on 22nd April, but all year round. Recycling plastic items is always a better choice than throwing them away in the trash. But with a little creativity, you can transform old plastic into something that not only looks cute, but will help you save money too.
Sometimes we throw away a lot of garbage that can be used to create something useful. A piggy bank made out of glass can be hard to maintain and use. A piggy bank made out of an empty milk jug is easy to make, easily decorated, and everything you need to create it is probably in your house right now. Throw away or recycle the empty milk jugs. You can use them to store your savings or loose change to exchange later.
This is the moment to change it all. The business climate, the political climate, and how we take action on climate. Now is the time for the unstoppable courage to preserve and protect our health, our families, our livelihoods. Together, we must invest in our planet because a green future is a prosperous future.
To help us understand this better, we have with us a very special guest, Mr. Bankim Patel.
Mr. Bankim Patel is a design consultant based at Vadodara, Gujarat. Professionally, he has designed several projects for corporates in real estate, hospitality, and trade and commerce areas. Having an academic inclination, he is actively involved in mentoring the young generation through various prestigious academic institutions. I would now request our chief guest to speak to our students. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Should I start the presentation, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Give me a moment. I'm just sorting out a little issue here. Can't cut it. Give it a piece. Okay, we start here. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, please, sir.
Sure. Now, today in the morning, first of all, today is 22nd April 2022, and good afternoon to all of you. You know, today in the morning, I was just thinking, like, thank you, Earth. It's your day today. And let me tell you that we remembered you today, actually. In fact, today morning, Google reminded about it, frankly. Generally, we remember you often, the Earth, but we remember you most frequently these days because it's very, very hot. By the way, do you Google, my dear Earth? I doubt. You know, allow me to tell you what it is and how what it does for us. Google. Google is a search engine. You know, it is like our senses. It teaches us. It gives you more information and everything. Like this is what you see as the home page of the Google, but the upper part is missing where the Google is keeping doodle. Are you aware about it? The doodle. Now it's a special day today. And therefore, for a special day, Google made a special doodle. This is the doodle. Today, when you go home, you can check this doodle out. It's dedicated to Annual Earth Day, and it addresses to the issue of climate change, how our Earth has changed. And that is the most pressing topic today. Everyone is worried, everyone is concerned about the Earth and its atmosphere changing. So that is why we celebrate 22nd April is the Earth Day. And this is a time-lapse imaginary of how the environment has changed over a period of time. And this is displayed on the home page of Google, which will give you a great idea about what is all happening today. Now, looking at that, I felt I should know something. You know, I was just thinking about Earth and I was communicating with Earth that, you know, I have to do something to heal it. No, when I was asked to speak to you all young people, I thought I have to be one of you. Then only I can address the issue. So I thought I should be a part of you, and I should talk to Earth, and again, I want to heal the Earth. But I was surprised. How do I do it? So again, I Google. And Google gives all the answers. It took me to a website that made by some of us, it's known as earth.org. And it showed me a theme. Now, again, I asked the Mother Earth, do you know themes? The Mother Earth doesn't. Then I explained. It's like you make us feel spring, summer, winter, fall, all the seasons. Those are your themes. So I told Earth that let me tell you our point of view, human point of view. For us, a theme is like a faction. We change every time and we never repeat the things. Aren't we innovative? I asked Mother Earth. Anyways, as told by ma'am, this year's theme is invest in Earth. So I told, this is your theme. But then I say, I'm sorry to say, I'm very young. And my investment is a big word. Yeah. My parents tell me that, investment is a big deal. And they often say that good investment can secure our future. To make the habit of investments, my parents say that first I have to make a habit of saving. What I maintain is a very small piggy bank. Like you all maintain a small piggy bank in your house. Let me introduce you to the idea of piggy bank and how we can be help to Earth in healing its issues. Nothing is expected from us. We are very young. We talk big, but if we cannot act, it has no purpose. So I was trying to find out a purpose for all of us and how we can contribute actively. So this is the whole presentation about. So the presentation, as you know the title, our piggy bank, Earth. You all are aware about the concept of a piggy bank. You save a little paisa, 10 rupees, 5 rupees. In our times when we were young, it was 5 paisa, 10 paisa. Now you have 10 rupees and 5 rupees coin and you put it in a piggy bank. And when you're really happy, when your piggy is finally full. Why? Because you have choices. Then with the piggy bank, what to do with those money accumulated, right? So you have two options. Option one, very fantastic option. You have one piggy bank, break it open, you have certain amount of coins with you. So what do? Two options again you have. Go for shopping, buy some nice shoes, goggles, wristwatch, a dress, nice cap. It's summer, Or you say, no, I have everything. My parents are so generous that they have given me everything. So I'll go for fun. So I'll buy some popcorns out of it, or I'll eat something, or I'll go for a movie or a show kind of a thing. That is what I do with my piggy bank. That was the option number one, your choice number one, where you're shopping and fun. Was satisfied. But then I thought, let us have a second option. Second option is I don't spend one piggy. Right? Instead of that, I collect many piggies. So I have so many money with me. I accumulate the wealth. So then I have an advantage to go to a nice place with my parents. I can buy a laptop. I can buy a mobile phone. I can buy my cricket sports kit. I can buy a bicycle or a skate. That gives me happiness. And that happiness lasts long. Am I right? So ultimately, our life is all about choices. Choices we make. The smaller things like shopping and fun. You go for shopping, you buy the things, and then you buy a white shoe, nice, fine shoe, sparkling white shoe. And then what happens? One fine day, you put your leg in a puddle. and all the love for the shoes is gone. You go for fun, you go to theater, right? See a movie, get excited, Ranveer Singh and all this RRR movie and 83 movie. You must be seeing all these movies. Have you all seen? Show me a thumbs up. Yeah, great. But then when you're out of the theater, fun is gone next day. So it doesn't last for a long time. But when you buy a computer, a mobile phone, or you buy a sports kit, the fun keeps on continuing, accumulating, right? So that's all about choices. What do we choose? We always choose something which gives us more happiness, not a small happiness. Therefore, sometimes we tell our parents that, look, I want to buy a sports kit. Therefore, I'll not buy a Gap or a watch, right? This is how our parents are training us. So I want to show you a small video on that. Okay, it starts here now. So it's all about your choice. This video, what I'm going to show you, is all about the choices. It's a kind of a compilation of a video. You will definitely enjoy this.
You don't have to do right things. Just be a little more human. Just make sure when you do something, it's good for you and good for everybody around you. That's all.
This is what you'll see. You remember the movie 83? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kapil Dev, great player, made a certain choice, took a challenge, took a lead, took pains, and ultimately he won. So right choices leads to the right decisions.
So finally,
You
I stood up and said, why don't we do this? Why don't we shoulder to shoulder
do this together.
You don't have to do right things.
So clear about your choices. Choices are what? You have to do something for the society, you have to do something for the environment, and you have to do it together. The right choice. Now you have to choose for our earth, the piggy bank. We are kids. We don't have so much of resources. We have responsibility. We have so many things to do. We have to study. We have to do activities. We just can't go on shouting the slogans in masses that save the earth, save the earth. And in fact, you all realize that by shouting slogans, you won't come up, your outcome will not be achieved, right? So first of all, our earth is a piggy bank. Let us understand that way. Piggy bank built over millions of years by nature, by human effort and everything. Are you aware how the earth was made over the period of millions of years? I'll show you here. It's a small time-lapse video how the earth was created. It was almost 4,550 million years ago when the earth started. And this is how the temperature increased, rises, and various kind of environment rose, glaciers formed, mass extinction, you must be aware about the dinosaurs and everything. And in the course of the time, the temperature, if you see the right up, the temperature keeps on increasing and decreasing on the earth. And ultimately, say about 500 million, 450 million ago, our earth, took shape in a proper way. Oxygen levels were rising, and temperature was normalizing. Various kind of insects and various kind of species of animals started growing, forests started growing. And that's how the whole kind of thing developed, the environment developed. And if you look at Jurassic period, 145 million years ago, it started. Then again, if you have seen this consciously, you might be aware about this cycle of destruction and creation. That is what is happening. But of course, we look something ahead, We always feel that our life has to be like this. Maybe down the line, couple of years, we'll have quadcopters. Well, I read about this, the automated vehicles and certain kind of so beautiful transportation systems thoughtfully designed. We are looking at this future. When we are looking at this future, we have to live on the earth. We just can't say that we neglect the earth and live the future. We have to participate. We have to participate in the development of the earth for this future. If you don't save money, how do you buy bigger things? Very simple as that. So we have to consciously contribute to the earth. And damage is a made to earth. And historically, if you see, the earth is damaged by various kind of activities of human beings. And because of those activities, the beautiful future cannot be sacrificed. We want to live this life. So it's the whole thing, how do we live that life? But as I told you, wrong choices of the past, you often must be facing this problem, all of you. Probably I also faced. Rather, I faced it. Whenever my results announced, I made a decision that next year, I'm going to study hard. Whatever this year is gone. Maybe for 3 days, I'll have the temperament to study. And once the school starts, I say, yeah, let's enjoy with friends and everything. And when exam comes, I just have to finish my targets. Right? Same things we did with Earth. In order to achieve, we were not conscious about our larger goal, larger choices. And therefore, what have you done to the Earth? This is a small documentary on that. It's a climate change. How we have arrived, how the things are going to happen in a couple of years. It's more towards future, our emissions, the dilapidating ice layers of Atlantic, increasing traffics of urban areas, getting pollutions, vapors thrown away by many manufacturing units in many places, creating great damage to the earth and will create, because it cannot be changed overnight. And then we have seasons which are varying. Sometimes we always feel that, it's mid of the summer, we find rains. Sometimes we find that mornings are cool and afternoons are hot. We always are worried about what is all happening with us. Sometimes we always feel, the green cover is missing on the earth. Satellite images often show us. We see in the newspapers, we see in our research or studies and all, that these things are missing. Greenery is missing on the earth. Right? And why the greenery is missing? It's for us. We want to exploit the greenery. We want to use greenery for our benefit. And therefore we are losing. And what is increasing? Trash. Pizza mangwaya, pizza khana tha. Pizza chota hai, box bada. Box gaya garbage, pizza gaya stomach. And what we created? Pollution of a box. Right? So we have to look at it consciously, how we can save. These are the consequences. And you people can bring the change, no one else. It's in your hand to bring the change. 5 things, nothing much. Only 5 things you have to take care. That is expected from the young people of our nation. Plants, animals, soil, water, and natural greenery. Right? Only 5 things if you take care, rest of the things will be taken care. Elders are here to take care of the rest of the things. But change has to begin from you. Now, in order to take care of plants or animals or soil or water or natural beauty, you have to understand first what you have to, how are you going to action? Right? You must have seen a movie. RRR. Yeah? What is the punchline? Rise, revolt, and roar. Let's have a look at it. Like we see these people. What is important here is the spirit, our own energy, our own enthusiasm to rise. Once you rise, you have to roar. And if your roar is not heard, then you have to. What we do actually? Actually, what we do is revolt first. Practically, if you see our approach to this, we go reverse. First, we revolt. This has to be done, particularly the patch. Then you roar. Why don't you do this? I want it, otherwise I don't. Our sequence is reverse. And then we rise respectfully that Papa de do na, Mama de do na, mujhe chahiye, zaruri. Right? The sequence is missing in our behavior. We have to fine tune the sequence. Rise, roar, and revolt. Right? You have to make yourself deserving. As till today, we have exploited the earth. Right? It's time to rise for the earth. At least say hi. Today morning I said, hi earth. I remembered you. Of course, Google remembered. Google made me remember. Remind about the earth. But then I remember you. Now next step will go. Roar. Right? How to save the earth. How to save the earth. These 2 things are taken care. There is no need of revolt. It will automatically cure the things. Cure your problems. So rise, roar, and revolt. This is our strategy. Now you heard of 3 R's. Reuse, recycle, and which is the third one? Perfect.
Reduce.
Reduce, reuse, and
Recycle, sir.
Recycle, sir.
recycle. Right? That is a strategy. But then that's very difficult for us to understand. How do I reduce my things? I want to eat Lay's wafers. How do I reduce that? How do I reduce my pizza eating? I'm generating boxes and wrappers. I don't know recycling. How do I recycle? So for you, this is a strategy. Rise, revolt, roar, and revolt. Give you a small movie about how nature is being cared by us. It's a movie you must have seen. I'm not sure. That's a movie called Wall-E. I don't know you're aware about Wall-E. Right? It is a movie about a robot. The robot who used to recycle the trash bins and everything. And in the process, the earth was so polluted that on this earth, only two creatures survived. Rather, one creature, cockroach, survived. And other surviving thing was that robo. Humans left to space. It's an imaginary story. And then robo, in this short clip, I'm going to show you how robo is doing his routine work. And he's trying to save Earth, for us. This is Wally. He rises in the morning. With the sunrise, his panels are charged and the cockroach is his friend. So the cockroach always follows Wally. So Wally starts his routine day, gets his gadgets, goes out to the earth. Look at that sensitivity of this Wally. It hurt the cockroach. And he says, "Oh dear, go inside. Don't mess with me." But the cockroach is very naughty. It follows Wally. Then Wally starts his work. He collects the trashes, compresses it, and dumps it at a place. Why he's doing? Because Earth is filled with debris and everything. So he's trying to clear up the debris. He finds various things, try to explore with that. He finds, now this ring is of no use. It is so precious, but no. Let me throw it away. Nothing is of use because Earth is no more. Nobody is surviving here. But he does his job to survive the soil, the earth, the plants and animal kingdom. Slowly and gradually, he builds a large warehouse full of the boxes. One fine day, he finds this old refrigerator. He could not open it, so he cuts it off. And what he sees, look at his emotion now. He's so sensitive. He's amazed. What he sees is a plant. He's so sensitive. I could see a plant on this earth. The earth is flourishing again because of my efforts. He puts it in a proper place. So we have to protect our planet. We have to respect the plants, right? How do we express? Now, you just cannot say I love plants. You just can't go to garden every day, your community clubhouse every day and say, I want to take care of a plant. No. Have a small pot at your home. You must be having few. At least move your plant, water your plant, feed your plant, and wipe your plant. That will show sensitivity. That will make you love the nature. You have to take these actions every day. You have to move your plant, you have to water your plant, you have to feed your plant, and you have to wipe your plant. This is how you rise for the plants. Love for plant will increase day by day. And therefore, you have to take these 4 actions. Same, you have to rise for animals. That's again a clip I'm going to show you.
I'll protect you.
First, they felt they are enemies. The moment humans said, I'm going to protect you, animals start slumming to them. And with the whole animal kingdom, whole animal community works together. That's why we love for the animals. We have to love animals. Everyone feels that it's me. What is this happening? So if we express our love, moral of this, if we express our love to animals, we'll be saving animals, we'll be helping animals. How do we express our love to animals? Very simple. Again, 4 steps. I'm just going to show you 4 steps for everything. Put bowl of water in your house, in your balcony. Put a bowl of water. This is summer, right? They need some water. Feed birds. Put some birds feed in your balcony or a house. Be compassionate to animals. Just don't get frightened and just don't run away from them, or at least you have to safeguard yourself, of course. But then don't hit the animals as a sake of it, and speak up for animals. There are nowadays so many institutions who are taking care of animals. When you feel an animal in distress, you inform your elder that, look, this animal is in distress. Can we contact someone who can take care of it? There are many institutions like that in all the cities, all the towns. That shows your respect to the animals. Once we start respecting, right, love automatically will generate. That is what is the purpose of, how we take care of these things. We have to take care of our earth, soil. Have you played with the soil? Yeah, but now we stopped because we are grown up. We haven't felt the soil, But when we were kids, we used to. But it's not only soil which makes our earth. Our earth is very, very vast. It has various textures of the soil, ice, sand, which we have to get aware about. I'll just show you some of the textures of our earth.
I am the earth. I have thousands of faces and colors. I am black, yellow, white, red, gold. When I get angry, I am the color of fire. Sometimes I am hard. Sometimes I am fragile. In the desert, I become infinite. I kiss the sky when I become a mountain. I am a nomad, an explorer, a traveler. Sometimes I want to escape, so I become dust to dance with the winds. With human beings, I have a special relationship. Your children come to meet me for their first steps. Your elder people come to me for a long, peaceful sleep. I offer you flowers, plants, and trees with delicious fruits. I wish we could have that beautiful relationship again. I am the earth.
Earth is so beautiful. Earth is so beautiful, so diverse. We might not have imagined probably that great diversity we find in the earth, soil, let us say. So how do you save? You just can't go to a desert and find rubbish and then put it out of things. There cannot be a spatial study tool for that. There cannot be a curated tool that let us go on one Sunday and clear the park, right? And Monday we go to the park and have a picnic. And nachos and everything packaged, and we throw it in the park, right? So there has to be a constant thinking. What? You just have to keep 4 points. Again, use dustbins. Right? Now, the problem is some places doesn't have dustbins. Have one compartment of your backpack empty with a plastic bag. At least when you eat something, put it in that. I don't want you to collect the litter on the road. No, you are a student. Your responsibility to study. But at least on a personal level, individual level, You can always use dustbins for your own use, right? Use face wipes. Put it in your own dustbin. Carry your personal dustbin in your bag. That will at least make you conscious. That will at least save the earth. At least you will have a feeling that you are saving the earth. Now, for example, why I'm saying all these things? You are a few people, small group of people here. And let us say 50% of you believe in this and spreads this message across. 50% children on the world would believe in you. And then 50% leader will go off from it. It will go to the proper destination. Second step, I would advise you is to speak up for it. All the municipal corporations now have helpline numbers. Whenever you see something which is littered, a litter, now it's a human tendency. If I'm throwing some rubbish on the corner, dark corner, shady corner, which nobody can see, my next door neighbor will also do the same. And then you find piles of litters. And every day when you pass by that, what do? You put your handkerchief on your face. Oh, it's so stinking, let us go, let us just pass by this area very fast. But instead, take a step ahead. Talk to your parents. Tell them to inform at that helpline number that there is a litter here. Please clear it. I'm sure government will take care. Third most important thing is maintain uncovered ground. What happens is, I've seen at many places, all our society roads, public roads, public gardens nowadays are covered with pavers, concrete blocks and everything. That you're covering the soil. There are so many kind of organisms living in the soil. Imagine that I or one of anyone, maybe a villain in a movie, put all of us in a container and ask us to leave. We cannot leave. We have to have fresh air, right? We have to have sunlight. Why do we cover the earth unnecessarily? Let the grass grow, let the plants grow on the earth. We just pave the earth just because we hate dust. That is not the solution. In the area like this, India, it's part and parcel. Dust is part and parcel of our culture. We just can't have, a kind of irritation for earth just because of dirt and cover it off. Cannot do that. And last thing is plant trees. Whenever you have an opportunity, when you are in the city and there is a plantation program going on, plant a tree. Right? You'll help earth. Why? Planting a tree will help the earth because it will stabilize the soil. Why the soil has to be stabilized? Do you know what is stabilizing of a soil? No. See, the roots of the tree will get into the earth, right? And it will hold the earth properly. So in the rainy season, the earth will not wash out, right? Therefore, it needs to be planted. So earth is so beautiful and we just need to take 4 steps at the moment for our earth. Water. We have to roar for water. Water is the biggest problem. Someone was telling the other day that once upon a time, water was free of charge. Now it is costing 20 rupees a liter. When you talk about a packaged drinking water. And we are used to it. Maybe your elders must be speaking to you that when they were young, they used to drink water from a matka, earthen pot, not ROs. We are using ROs, right? And RO generates some amount of residue water which you drain it out. At least you can collect that water, use it for your plants. Why it has to go to the drain? But let us understand water first.
I am the ocean. A universe with a lot of mystery, as you still don't really know me. In my deepest areas, the world of the abyss is unknown to you. Blue is the color of my most beautiful dress. I am a wonderful fairy ball, where every animal is part of an endless dance. I am home for the smallest and the biggest creatures. I inspire fear to certain humans. I inspire fascination for most. I am an invisible element that cannot be tamed. While I am light, I am the mirror of the sun and stars. When I'm angry, I become a tremendous storm. However, I inspire adventure that will surpass you. I offer you the vision of my infinite horizons. I help your spirit to escape. I open to you the doors of the other continents. I connect your countries. I connect human beings. I regulate the global climate. I enable you to breathe. I am essential for the species. Protecting me is protecting life. I am the ocean.
Most of our Earth is covered by water and oceans, right? And water is very essential for our life. So again, 4 steps to express our love for water. Right? Avoid using cleaning chemicals. Yes, it is required to disinfect the WCs and wash basins and bathrooms, but not every maybe, or not in the absolute manner. You can dilute it and use it. That way, you are adding less chemical to the water, which goes to the ground ultimately, and it pollutes the ground resources. And again, that water comes back to us. And then we shout, oh, water is polluted. It's all our deeds, right? You can do that. Second thing, again, I always tell, report leakages. Taps in our house. Tap, tap, tap. पानी गिरता रहता है कभी, right? And we feel पानी है ना, जाएगा चलेगा, अभी plumber को time नहीं, right? But imagine if you have to buy that water, it would have cost 20 rupees per liter, right? अब ठंडे पानी का bottle 20 रुपया तो देगा ना, हाँ? तो वो पानी आप बिगाड़ रहे हो, you're spoiling that water, right? Instead, call the plumber. Get it repaired in your house. Or if you see a tap leaking in your housing community, talk to someone. You're grown up, right? At least you can go and say, sir, ये पानी का tap leak हो रहा है, आप उसको बंद करवा दीजिए. Everyone will listen to you, right? Third and most, your personal use. Use taps when you require, when it is required. That is, सुबह उठ के ब्रश करेंगे. फर्स्ट थिंग, पापा एक तो उठाएंगे, मम्मी उठाएंगे, उठना नहीं है. बाथरूम में जाएंगे, सबसे पहले नल खोलेंगे, फिर उसके नीचे ब्रश ऐसा ऐसा उसको जरा शॉवर करवाएंगे, फिर इसके ऊपर पेस्ट लगाए, नल खुला ही है, फिर ब्रश जाएगा मुंह में, राइट? तब तक नल तो खुला ही रहता है, पानी बह जाता है. सुबह सुबह में you are spending 40-60 rupees just by keeping that tap open. ब्रश को अगर शॉवर देना है दे दीजिए, फिर टैप बंद कर दीजिए. We elders also do that. When we shave, particularly me, when I shave my head, right? Because I have beards. We keep the tap open. Make everyone conscious. ये क्या जरूरी है ये टैप का? बंद कर दीजिए ना. And last, use only required water. If you are watering your garden, use required water. Don't overwater the garden so that it becomes muddy. Right? Only these things if you follow. Say, another thing I would like to add to this, use only required water is, you get water bottles to your school, right? Now you come to school. Your online education phase is almost on a pause now and offline has started. So you come with a water bottle. Probably who feel more thirsty, you have 2 water bottles. Ek khatam ho gaya, second is halfly consumed. You go home, first thing what do you do? Open the lid, throw it in the basin. That's a drinking water. Right? Put it in the plant, at least. Right? If you don't want to use it next day, put it in the plant or put it in some constructive manner. You use that bottle, so you cannot give it to someone for drinking, but it is plant mein to dal sakte. These are the ways I think you can find out. Can you? Thumbs up. Can you all? Yeah? Can you do this? Good. Forests. The green cover. We always love to go to forest in vacation, because we are so tired of this concrete buildings and everything that we always feel that when we have chance, we'll go to see the sanctuary of animals or forest or whatever you get. Let us see what this is.
I am the forest. I am a peaceful place, a place of poetry and enchantment. I am the harmony. I am the balance. I am a home for your spirit as I open for you the doors of wonder. I am the silence. I am the noise. I am a moment of freedom. I whisper, I listen, and I dance. I play music during the day and in the middle of the night. I get dressed in the summer, undressed in winter, and I am in an endless cycle. I exist to protect you. I exist to let you breathe. I exist to clean the air. I exist to be home to the wildlife. I exist to offer you my delicious fruits. Each tree is living, a member of an impressive family that needs to be protected. Protecting me means protecting life. I am the forest. I am the forest.
So, how do you protect forest? To protect the forest, probably you have to go to the forest. Whenever you go to the forest, let me say, you can plant a tree. That's a separate thing. But forests are more important for us. So when you go to a forest, don't plug the tree. Or you go to a garden also, don't plug the tree, plug the leaf or a flower, just smelt it, throw it away. Plug the leaf and just try to do some research and find out something new. No, please don't do that. Respect a plant. Second important thing is, again, report cutting of the trees. Whenever you are passing by the area in your community, you see a falling tree, you should always try to insist that this tree should be saved. It should not be cut off. Right? Then one more thing you can always do is, whenever you have a chance to go to forest, plant at least one tree in the forest. It's very easy. Nobody's going to ask you in the forest, what are you doing here? Why are you planting a tree? Because it's a forest. Have your mark there. Plant one tree. Right? That will help forest grow. And use recycled products. What are the recycled products you know? Like paper, notebook paper, what do you use? Right? There are two quality of papers. One is the first quality paper, which is generally made directly from the tree pulp. Or the pencils, what we use, right? They are the first wooden things. Nowadays, you get recycled pencils. That is made up. Pencils are new, but they are made up of recycled materials, artificial materials, which are eco-friendly. I think that word will, make you understand. Eco-friendly material. The moment you switch to those things, you are going to save a forest, a tree from cutting. So it is these 4 things you can do. It is in your hand. Choosing a pencil is your choice, no one else's. Right? You can say, how can I do? How can I contribute? Here you can request the shopkeeper that give me a recycled material pencil, and I hope nobody would mind it. Right? This is how you contribute. Small little contributions. It's our kitty, right? It's our piggy bank. It is not an investment. It is a piggy bank. We as young, we have to have our own piggy bank only, right? This is how we can contribute to it. So we have to revolt. Ultimately, the last stage, revolt for Earth, because that's all we have. Imagine if you lose the Earth, what is going to happen? Here's what is going to happen. One fine day, you already damaged the Earth. Climate is changing. A damaged Earth will not be able to sustain even a little shock, because it's already weak. We have made it weak. By exploding around, it will break, it will crumble. We have to make it strong. Like they say, if we take food, we become strong. If we junk food, we become weak. And if you constantly keep on eating junk food, somebody pushes you and you fall down. Same will happen with the Earth. It is our responsibility to make our Earth strong. It has been made weak by many people. You have to take a lead to make the Earth strong, to make the Earth strong. A strong Earth can withstand more shocks. Otherwise, the greenhouse effects and all we talk about, climate change, tsunami, rising oceans, will lead to a future which is not in our hand. Therefore, again, I'm concluding the whole thing. We have learned 4 steps of love for everything: plants at home, animals around us, soil around us, water around us, and natural greenery around us. Right? You are expected to take care of that. And I think you can do it. Because Earth is the only thing what we have. I'll just end this presentation with a small song for all of you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I would appreciate if anyone has any questions, please raise your questions.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. When we told our students that we would be interacting with Mr. Bankim Patel, everyone was eager to interact with you. But due to the paucity of time, we have selected a few questions that I would like my fellow mates to put forward.
Good evening, sir. It is an honor to speak with you. My question for you this evening is, hasn't the Earth's climate changed before? What's different about climate change today?
Well, that's a very good question. Earth's climate has changed in the past. You must have seen in the presentation. But that was because Earth was settling down. Right? Tectonic plates still act, and therefore you have earthquakes and tsunamis. That's one aspect of it. But then today's problem is more created by human activity. And that is where the changes in the rise in the sea levels, changes in atmosphere, we find because it is a contribution of humans to the earth, negative contribution of humans to the earth. And therefore, the changes are all our responsibility. Right? Thank you.
That was very helpful, sir. Thank you. We now have a question from another student of ours. Over to you, Adwaita.
Sir, please throw a little light on this statement. Climate change is no longer a future issue. It's nearly affecting nearly every aspect of our lives and future.
You're very right. Your question is very valid. If you see, because of the climate change, irregular rain erosions, the crops are now reducing. According to one report, in 2050, the production of the corn crop, the corn oil which we eat, will reduce by 24%, just because of that. Because of this, we are facing power outages. Right? We don't have a constant power supply. So these are the issues which are changing. For example, COVID, due to COVID, there is a huge generation of biomedical waste, which is again a difficult problem to solve. Mosquitoes, is a problem invited by us, because we keep water in our places and we don't clean it, right? So these are the issues. It's already a problem. We are in the middle of a problem and we are facing. And therefore, people like you, young people, have to be positive, have to act and try to resolve the issue at your end, right? If you contribute small little in the piggy of the earth, it will grow as a big investment, right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Jay.
So, my question for you is crazy weather tied to climate change?
Yes, it has, to an extent. Not in all the aspects. Particularly water levels are rising. You have irregular rains. Temperatures range, if you see, in past 2000 years, it has changed in the range of about 4.5 to 5 degrees Celsius on an average. That cannot be considered as a major rise. Of course, there is a rise. But because of this climate change, the direct effect on the weather we find is irregular rains, drought, and everything.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Suryaman.
So, is a breakthrough in technology help us?
Yeah, definitely. But then it depends. Once someone noted, and very rightly noted, and it's it's interesting to know that he said that the kind of technology which was developed in the computer industry, a computer, when it was invented, it was very, very expensive. Can't afford it. But then now it is cheap. If that change in the technology happens in car industry, right? You can buy Mercedes in $2. But that doesn't happen actually. Technology has its own costs. Second, technology has to be accepted by the people. If people are not proactive towards accepting the technological changes, it's going to happen. But small little things like working from home. If you do that, you have computers. If working from home is, which we faced in the COVID situation, it helped us as a family level. We grew a lot with the family. Number one, it reduced the pollution, right? So second thing is household energy efficiency. We're conscious. We use LED lights nowadays. We don't use those filament lamps, right? So that's how we are slowly and gradually we are doing it. But then on a large scale, technology can help to an extent. But the moment you say, okay, technology, hey, it will take care, then we will come back to our basics of destroying the nature. So fundamentally, it's hand in hand, both the things, technology and human activity will solve this issue. Right? Fine. Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
Before the children, thank you. I want to thank you for spending so much time with them and the beautiful presentation and how you connected it with rise, roar, and revolt. Both, all the three, this thing, instead of the regular hours that we use, and created awareness with the children and gave you a knowledge with the piggy bank. I think those things connected so well with the children, and the little clips that you had put in the presentation, they were amazing, very nice, very relevant, and I'm sure they all loved it. Do you agree with me?
Thank you, ma'am. It's always a pleasure to interact with young generation, and I would always like to walk an extra mile for them, because change begins from there.
No, it was really wonderful, and I'm sure they really gained a lot, and I myself was very engrossed and involved in it. So I'm sure they also enjoyed it a lot. And now I'll hand it to them to thank you.
On behalf of everyone here today, thank you so much, sir, for your time and enriching words. We appreciate valuable information, advice, and the experience you have shared with all of us. Nature is indeed a great teacher.
And while there is still time to solve the climate change crisis, to solve both prosperous and sustainable future, and time to restore nature and build a healthy planet for our children and their children. Time is short. The Earth Day 2022 theme is Invest in Our Planet. What will you do? Thank you